In the year 378 AD, the mighty Eastern Roman Empire stared into the abyss. Near the city of Adrianople, a massive Roman army, led by the emperor himself, was utterly annihilated by a Gothic force. 20,000 Roman soldiers lay dead on the field, and with them, Emperor Valens. Some historians call it Rome's worst military defeat since the legendary disaster at Cannae. So, what went so wrong? How did this catastrophe happen, and what did it mean for the future of Rome? Let's rewind 15 years. The trouble really began in 363 AD when the brilliant Emperor Julian was killed fighting in Persia. His death left the army leaderless and the empire in chaos. His successor died suddenly, and to avoid a bloody civil war, the Romans did something drastic. They split the empire. Two brothers, Valentinian and Valens, took charge of the west and east. While Valentinian skillfully managed the west, his brother Valens struggled to keep the east under control. And it was in the east that a new crisis was brewing. Around 376 AD, a massive wave of Gothic tribes arrived at the Danube River, fleeing the terrifying advance of the Huns. They pleaded with Emperor Valens to let them cross into Roman territory. Valens agreed, seeing an opportunity. He thought the Goths could serve as border guards, bolster his army, and become new taxpayers. On paper, it was a smart move, but in reality it was a disaster waiting to happen. The sheer number of refugees overwhelmed the Romans. Corrupt local officials exploited the desperate Goths, selling them dog meat for the price of their own children and treating them with contempt. Humiliated and starving, the Goths' patience snapped. They rose in a violent rebellion. For 2 years, the Goths rampaged through the Roman province of Thrace, burning and looting. Valens, determined to crush them once and for all, marched his army to Adrianople in 378. The battle that followed was a strategic nightmare for the Romans. Their legions were outmaneuvered and overwhelmed by the Gothic cavalry. The result was a slaughter. 20,000 of Rome's finest soldiers were killed, including most of the high-ranking officers. Emperor Valens himself vanished in the chaos, his body never found. The myth of Roman invincibility was shattered. In the aftermath, the Eastern Empire was on its knees, its army destroyed and the throne empty. The Goths roamed freely across the Balkans, yet Rome did not fall. A new emperor, Theodosius, eventually managed to stabilize the East. He struck a deal with the Goths, allowing them to settle within the empire. Not as conquered subjects, but as allies. Adrianople was a brutal lesson. It showed that mistreating potential allies was a fatal mistake, and that even the greatest empires could be brought low by poor leadership. This single battle reshaped Rome's military and its relationship with the so-called barbarian world forever. So what do you think? Was Adrianople the beginning of the end for Rome, or a harsh but necessary wake-up call? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Roman history, make sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Learning Network for more epic stories from the past. Thanks for watching.